Hello, my friend. How are you doing? I hope you're having a super amazing day. Today, one of my super awesome favorite topics. What can I say? I love wellness. I love being well. I love talking about being well. And I love helping other people be well. So, have a listen. And hey, why not be well? Take care. Hi, my friends. Welcome. This is the Back to Me podcast, and this is Heather, and I am super excited that you're here. You are going to hear some tips and some tricks and some ideas to help you live your happiest and healthiest self. I call it Back to Me because when you are taking care of yourself, back to me, then you can take better care of others, and we can all make the world a better place. This is Wellness Your Way, and I am super happy that you're here. Hello, my fabulous friend. Happy Wednesday. I hope you're doing great, really. It's depending on when you're watching this. It is pretty darn steamy here in Toronto. It's pretty warm. It's pretty humid. It's July, which is so good, right? I always have this joke with people that we complain about how cold it is in the winter and that we want it to be warm. And then it's hot and we're thinking, oh, it's too hot. So careful what you wish for is one of those things that you might say. And it is Wednesday, which means that I'm just coming in for a little quick, hi, how are you? A little thought for the week, a little something to get you going, to get you a little lift over through the week. I like to think of it as a little liftover. And today I was thinking, the funny thing I was thinking about was wellness. How funny is that? Don't I talk about that all the time? Yeah, I kind of do. And sometimes I think when I say wellness, or maybe you can tell me what you think, but people often think of physical health. And sometimes I say it really quickly. I gloss over it really quickly. There's 6 ways that I see to help us figure out where we might like to start working. This is when we feel like we aren't really in our best possible space. We know there's something that we would like to change. We know there's something we would like to be a little bit different. But sometimes we don't even know where to start. Sometimes it's a vague feeling. Sometimes it's really clear. And sometimes the thing that we focus on isn't actually the thing that's the problem, right? So I'm just trying to think of an example. Sometimes you'll think, oh, I've got to work out more. I'm not feeling physically healthy. I have to work out more. When maybe what you need to do in reality is just sleep more. That's a thought, right? Sometimes pushing harder isn't the answer. So when I talk wellness, there's many roads to wellness. So sometimes I have, jokingly say, but in a bit of seriousness too, is I'm an experiment of one, as are everyone else that I know, because no one quite has your experiences. No one quite has the same life as you, the same interests as you, the same lifestyle, um, preferences, sensitivities, everything that goes into making you you. No one has the exact duplicate anywhere. Even identical twins, as soon as they're born, they're pretty much experiencing life as an individual. There's lots of similarities. They will have lots of connections. Even, I am the oldest of 4, and where we have similar yet divergent opinions of things. And that's a good thing, because if everybody was the same, oh my gosh, life would be seriously boring, my friends. But it also means that there isn't one perfect way for you as the person, as a group of people, as a collection of people. There isn't one perfect way in the world for everyone to be their happiest, healthiest, most balanced selves, right? It just is not possible. So we do, I mean, we love the perfect answers, the superfoods, the perfect diets, the perfect workouts, the do this, do that. But and I've told this to clients before, you know, they will come with ideas and they'll say, I was thinking of trying this, or I was thinking of trying this. And I will say, well, I'll try it and tell you what happens to me, but I'm an experiment of one. My experience might not be what your experience is. But that doesn't mean that it doesn't give you information. So other people's experiences can give you information to help you get gather your own data on what might work for you and what might not work for you. So you are an experiment of one, but you have a library, a vast array of information to help you. And sometimes that's super overwhelming. So is it your physical, and this is the wellness thing. So when I speak wellness, a lot of people think just physical, just this body that you carry around. But that's only one. That's only one little piece of what's going on, right? Your body, now, when your body is unhealthy and unhappy, it's definitely hard to ignore. It's definitely going to let you know that. Last weekend, I had a headache that just let me know all day that it was, you know, not to be ignored, and that it was not going to let me do what I wanted to do with my day because it wanted to be paid attention to. So those things happen. So physical for sure. But you also have professional health. That could be a job, that could be a vocation. That could be if you are retired, that could be your business, an entrepreneur. So anything that you do as something that, I guess it doesn't have to make money. I was going to say make money, but it doesn't have to make money. Maybe it's just something you really like doing. It's something that you feel not. Sometimes job is a bad word, isn't it? People throw job around like, oh, I have a job. I have this job. Like, like it's such a terrible thing. It's not. Job just means that you have something to do. So profession, what is it that you do? And does that light you up? Does that excite you? I'm working with some leadership clients, and some of the struggles when you run into problems as a entrepreneur, when you're starting into the struggle zone of being an entrepreneur, if you don't really love your vocation, your profession, it's hard to keep that thing going. That's where I think a lot of small businesses fail. It's not always the financial aspects of it. It's when the going got tough, they realized, actually, this isn't what I want to do. So when you're evaluating the balance in your life and where you can, even if you're feeling great right now, there's always, you know, little tweaks you can do where you might want to tweak something to up level your wellness. So we talked physical. I mean, I could talk physical all the live long day, but there's plenty of resources on that. If you want to talk about physical, just DM me and we'll talk physical. There's professional. There is financial. Like, that is a reality in this world that we live in. There's a guy that I listen to, he calls it coin of the realm. To live in this world we live in, unless you live in the woods and never come out, you must exchange coin of the realm for clothes, food, goods, services. And it's just energy. It's like, I put some energy to get in this coin of the realm, and I'm going to exchange that for what I need. And that's okay. It's a circulation system, right? So during the last couple of years, some of that has been challenging. So maybe it's always been challenging, or maybe it's never challenging. None of those are bad or good. They just are. So financial wellness, how's your financial wellness? And that includes things like, do you budget? Do you live within your budget? Do you go over your budget? Do you plan for your retirement? Are you just going to wing it? Are you the ant? Are you the grasshopper? That was a conversation my partner and I had many years ago. Are you an ant or a grasshopper? Yeah. And yes, you can learn new ways, my friends. So, financial, professional, um, yes, physical, professional, financial. My brain is a little crazy today. Relationships are important. And this has been super highlighted over the last couple of years. And I don't know if you remember way back when I interviewed Peter Bombacci from the Genwell Project, we talked a lot about how important relationships are, how important social contacts are, and do the relationships you have um, help you, support you, or drain you? And I know that sometimes draining relationships are hard to step away from because you feel obligated, because, I mean, it could even be family, right? Um, but if they're taking your life away from you, life is short, friends, right? Life is short. You don't wait till you're in the hospital to recognize life is short. Um, Make sure that you actually have people around you who are supporting you. So look at your relationships. Are we up to 4? Financial, no, physical, professional, financial, relationships, emotional. How are you feeling? That doesn't mean you have to lie down on the couch and pour out your emotions and all of that. It's just how, on a daily basis, are you happy? Are you unhappy? Do you know what's causing you to be happy or unhappy? And if that's so, well, that's what I mean. Identifying the issue is the first step, right? So just take note. Start to notice how you feel emotionally on a day-to-day basis. That'll give you a kind of a barometer of where your wellness might be at. And the last one is actually spiritual. And that doesn't mean church in particular. It doesn't mean any specific path. What it means for me personally is, do I feel like I have a higher purpose? Do I feel like I'm achieving? So life is short. Am I achieving? Am I working on? Have I identified? Am I working towards why the heck I came down to this planet in the first place? Right? It's a blip in time. It is a little blip in time that we're here, but there's even a lightning strike is the fastest little blip and can make a big difference to the world, right? One lightning strike can change so many things. So even though we're here in the distance of a lightning strike in the scheme of the timeline of everything, you can create a large difference to someone, something, somewhere, somehow, some way. And if you're disconnected from that, sometimes that's where that whole I hesitate to use depression, but I'll use depression. The depression, the loss of direction, the why bother, the what's it all for anyway, right? If you disconnect from the why of why you're even on the planet, that's a hard road too, which is going to affect your wellness. So there's 6 things. So I use 6 just because I like the number 6. And and it's an easy way to kind of to help the brain get some categories, some organization around where should I start? Where should I start? Which one feels? And what you can do is just take each of those different areas of wellness and give yourself a score from 1 to 10 on how you feel. And the one that's the lowest, start thinking about what you can do to improve that one. That would be a great thing. And remember, you're an experiment of one. Don't let someone say, "Oh, that'll never work because I tried that." You don't know. They don't know what will work for you and what won't work for you. You can ask opinions, but then ultimately stand on your feet and make your choice for you on what would work best for you. And if it doesn't work, who cares? Change it and do something else. So I've tried when I do food experiments, I did gluten-free for a year. I've done paleo. I've done low carb. I've tried them all out just to see how they would work for my body. And I'll tell people what happened. Um, I'll also tell them they might have the same or different experience, right? So go out there and be well. It's summer. It's beautiful. This is the time when life slows down and you start to take stock of, what do you want to do? How do you want to feel? How do you want to live your days? How do you want to live your days? And if you're not there, what can you do to shift closer to how you want to live your days? Sound good? Amazing. Thank you, my friend. I hope you have a beautiful day, really. Wherever you are, soak it up. Soak up life. Soak up being alive. If you want to connect with me, always DM me is a good way, or send me a message or an email. Check the wherever the notes are, above, below, to the side. And of course, old episodes, you can always go back to the podcast. It's on all major platforms. You can just look up the Back to Me podcast and take really good care. This weekend is Dr. Candace, I believe is Dr. Candace, a naturopath, who we're going to have a great conversation. I know we are. Take care, my friend. See you soon. Bye. Hi, my friend. Thanks so much for listening to this entire podcast. If you found it useful and you're like me and you like helping others, please feel free to share this. Just give it a like, give it a comment. If you found something useful in it, there's a chance that someone else will find something useful as well. Also, if you have any questions at all, I can absolutely help, and I would love to help. You can email me at heather@prosperityflowcoaching.com. If you want more of this awesome content, you can follow me on Instagram, Heather Stewart Coaching. You can follow me on Facebook, Prosperity Flow Coaching. And I have a personal request. I want to help as many people as I can with these podcasts. And if you could give me a review, hopefully a good one, if you could share, if you could send this out into the world, I would truly appreciate it. I hope you have an amazing day, and I hope that you find your way to wellness by getting back to me. Take care, my friend.